Hello everyone, my name is Steph. Welcome to Steph's Antics, and today I will be going through all of my completed journals for 2024. There is a total of 15 here. Some of them still need some backfilling, and my Hobonichi still need a lot of backfilling. But as a whole, these are all the ones I worked through chronologically, and they are all filled to an extent, like from beginning to end. So I'll be going through them now. So, to begin with, this is volume... Wait. Never mind. To begin with, we will start with this one, which is volume 8. This is Kuma. That's what I dubbed it. I gave them all names throughout this process, and I have a full flip of this journal on my channel if you want to see that. But here's just a quick little peek. I really enjoyed this one. It was like during the peak of like my journal hyperfocus, and I loved decorating it because it was so small, and I just had a lot of fun with this one. And yeah, first one to start off the year, started off strong. So I was happy with that. Next up, we have this one. This one is dubbed Journey. I've already done a full flip through of this on my channel as well. I have to be careful because there's a couple of photos on here and I can't be asked to blur them, but basically I wanted to finish this up really bad. As you can see from the spine, I was using this from 2017 to 2024, but this was volume number 9, and I was honestly really happy that I finally finished it up. But yeah, I completed this one too. I say about half of this was done in 2024. Next up is volume 10. This was an old sketchbook that I wanted to repurpose with some lovely Elden Ring stickers on it. And I had some mixed feelings about this one. I don't usually like blank journals because I find them difficult to write in because I write really small. And I try to like put lines in and such, but I kind of have a hard time with it. What I did enjoy, however, was the mixed media paper. I was able to do like watercolor and stuff when I felt like it, which was fun. And I could use gels freely. And that aspect I did enjoy out of it. But as you can see, like it takes forever to fill a page, even though it's only an A5, just because of how small I write when I get this kind of paper, you know? But yeah, fun little journal. Didn't take too long. Next up is volume 11. I named this one Starlight. Also, this one was called Eris. I don't know why. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure why I call it Eris. I'm sure I had a reason for it, but it was called Eris. This one's called Starlight. I don't think I need to explain why. But this one was very fun. The lines were quite thin, like the line spacing, which meant, again, it took me a long time to fill, but there was something about it that felt really nice to work in. The paper quality was really good. I quite liked the margins. It was like a little thinner, which I kind of liked. But yeah, I mean, it feels like a messy journal almost to me, but there was something about working in it that felt really nice and comfortable. I'm not sure how else to explain it, I guess. But yeah. Again, these are on my channel if you want to watch the full one. This is journal volume 12. I called it Grunkle. For Grunkle Stan, I guess. I think it's because it was kind of a mess to work in. I didn't enjoy working in this one very much. It was because it was ring bound and I stuffed it quite a lot. The pages became like super hard to turn. I like how chunky it got, don't get me wrong, but it's even now, if I'm gonna flip through it, it's gonna be difficult because it does this, as you can see. The paper itself was like nothing interesting, but I mean, I do like the way the cheap paper feels sometimes because like when you write on it, it has like a certain texture to it, which I like. But beyond that, I didn't really enjoy working in this one all that much, so I'm glad that I got through it and it's over. Next up is volume number 13. I need to move these away because they're in frame. And that was my first Hobonichi of the year. I still have a ton of stuff to put in here, if I'm honest. I did not keep up with the Hobonichis. I had a lot of problems with my health this year and a lot of personal problems, and so I just was not on top of like 3 journals all at once. I had like my daily Hobonichi, my daily journal, and then I had my 5-year. And even though I was supposed to prioritize the Hobonichi and then work in my personal journals, like whenever I wanted to journal more than what the Hobonichi could offer, I ended up just really gravitating towards regular journaling this like in 2024. So in the end, I really struggled to kind of keep up with it. But you know, I have pages. It's not like it's empty, you know. It's got stuff in it, but it's not full. I believe it's like up to month 3 or something I've like backfilled, I want to say. And then after that, it's kind of like things like this, you know, like little patches. Like sometimes it's like more like this. Like there is something on almost every page. It's just not filled to my personal preference. So there's that. Also, if you're wondering what my name was for the Hobonichi, I don't know name my Hobonichis. Maybe I should, but I haven't. This one is volume 14. Did I give it a name? I don't see a name. Oh, Lacy. That's his name. I named it Lacy for some reason. This is like one of the funny ones that my mother-in-law gave me because it's like, it's so dumb. But it's so dumb, I kind of love it, you know? Like it's... anyway. I had fun with this one. It had a lot of limitations because it literally couldn't take anything. It couldn't even take like water markers, so I just ended up working in it with just pen. But because of that, I ended up kind of being creative different ways, and I had to use like paper scraps, which I don't usually get to do, and I got to use up a lot of biro pens, which I don't usually get to do. That was just an ugly page. But yeah, I don't know. It was okay. Obviously it's not my favorite book to work in. It's like not my favorite paper type. But, you know, overall it wasn't bad. The only thing is I definitely got sick of it towards the end because I was like, I really want to just use my pretty medias. And then I did like this 300 things I want list. But then my life kind of went, Nyeh. And then I felt like even the stuff that was there previously just didn't really feel like it resonated with me anymore. And so it didn't even feel right to continue it at that point because my life had like changed so drastically. So I just ended up kind of putting big stickers next to the dots to fill up the space. But that was about it, really. So there are a couple of pages here that are kind of like, I kind of cheated in filling, if you want to call it that. But it's not the end of the world. Anyway, that is journal number... I literally said it at the beginning. 14. Next up is Blossom. Blossom became quite the chunky boy. I love the way it feels though. It feels really awesome. This is one of the paper shower journals. It held up like super well considering how much stuff I put in it. Oh, God, I have too many journals. I call this Blossom the Journal. This is volume 15. And I loved this journal, which honestly really surprised me because I usually don't like bullet journals because, again, I end up writing really, really small. But I felt so creative in this journal. I don't know why, but I loved it. Like the paper could take anything. And I just had so much fun. Like I was being really creative with like recycling and just using different papers. And I just had a blast. And just seeing this journal makes me happy. It was just really good. And it was a really nice thing to kind of distract me while everything else was going on. And I started feeling a little bit better mentally in July and August. And things were starting to look up. I started my YouTube channel. I guess that was probably a big part of it. So I had like 150 subs, which I was really happy about. Thank you. We're at like 230 now, I think. So that's pretty awesome. And then my health went down. But I'll discuss that in the next one, which is evidently this one. His name, I think it's this one. Is it this one? Frank. 17. Yeah, I think so. Just double check. What? 15. And then this is what, 17? Oh, no, it's not the right one then. Hold on. I'm no longer a kid and my life is still chaos. This is journal 16. Sorry about that. It is a very small one. I think I filled Blossom up and I loved it, but it was so chunky and I'd done so many like full journals that I really just needed like something to like take the edge off and finish quickly. So I did this one. Although I felt tricked by this journal because I picked it up because I was like, oh, it'll be a nice thin one. It won't take too long. And don't get me wrong, it is thinner than my usual journals, but it still had 76 pages. That is not what I thought it had when I started it. This one's called Cloudy. And yeah, it was fun. I liked it. It had like a lot of cozy vibes. I got to, oh, this is coming off. Oh, boo. Fun. I had like a good time like using different types of materials on it, but again, it couldn't take very much in regards to markers and gel pens and such, so I was kind of limited using biros and such, which wasn't bad. Again, I don't usually tend to mind. It's just after a while I get a bit like, oh, I kind of want to use them. But yeah, it was a nice little in-betweeny journal. I enjoyed it for what it was, and it helped me get through. Because sometimes even I get a bit like, oh, I need a break. And then I did Franck, which was a very interesting journal. So half of Franck was actually, not half, but like a third maybe, was filled whilst I was in the hospital. And so it kind of starts off really decorative, and then kind of I had to make do with what I had until my boyfriend delivered like my materials to me, and even then it was limited, so it was a weird time. But yeah, I kind of started it kind of feeling like, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I was kind of hoping I would enjoy it just as much as I did Kuma, but I just didn't. I don't know, like this size is really nice. It's not the size is fun. I like working a B6, but there was just something. I guess maybe it was because my health was like going downwards. I just didn't know it yet. And I think from, hold on, where is it? This point onwards, I was in the hospital. And so I was like doodling and sketching, and I had like a very small amount of scraps of paper and things of things I wanted to like write down. And then my boyfriend brought me some stickers, but it was still kind of limited. That being said, though, it was nice to have something to do, so I wasn't too mad about it. I was really grateful to have it. And then I got home and I was like, throw decorations at it. Beautiful. And then I loved it way more after I got home, because I guess I realized what I was missing. And then I had a lovely time. You can see I kind of started enjoying the journal a lot more, which was nice. And I did. It was fun. I had to do like Halloween in here at the end because I was going to have a Halloween journal. But then obviously because I had to go to the hospital, I didn't get a chance to do that. But to make up for that, after I got back, once I finished Franck, I was like, oh, I still have like a week or so left of Halloween. And so I was like, ooh, let me start this quick little one that has like, you know, not that many pages. And I named it Pumpkin because, you know, I started in Halloween. And I just had fun. This one was fun. I like this one a lot. This was my first ever Halloween themed journal. And don't get me wrong, I was definitely sick of seeing Halloween stuff by the end of it. I don't know if I could ever do like a full Halloween journal. Stuck together. But I really liked it. It was really fun. It was just something new. I'd never really done that before. And I thought that was exciting. So that in of itself, I did enjoy a lot. Fun. Anyway, next up is volume 19. I named it Raven. I am obsessed still with the cover I did. This one was a different format than what I'm used to, and it had blackout paper. I don't believe I've done a full flip of this on my channel yet, but I'm hoping to do that very soon. I don't think I've done one of 19 yet either, so I'll probably do a more thorough, detailed flip of that one of these days. But this one was so fun to work in. I feel like I really found my feet, like in a decorative aesthetics point of view. I had so much fun. I used all of these like metallic pens, and I got to use a lot of ephemera I don't usually get to use. It's a little difficult to film, but I'll have to figure that out when I do like the full flip. And I loved it. Like there's a couple of pages in here. I guess they'll need to backfill like this one. But overall, this was delightful. And I really, really had a good time with it. And I'll just do a quick little, hold on, just flip it this way. And I'll just do a quick little, woo. That's all you get. That's all you get until I do a purple one. There we go. And then next up is, I think it's this one, or is it this one? Hold on, let me have a quick look. I think, no, I think it's this one. And then it's Gingi. Yeah. Okay, so it's this one. This is another in-betweeny because, again, I loved Raven, but it took me a long time to fill. And it was a lot of pages, so I used another little in-betweeny. It was a Silly Fox journal. And it was just kind of like the end of autumn, beginning of winter kind of feeling. And yeah, it was okay. Paper quality was kind of meh, but again, I didn't mind too much. I was feeling a little burnt out at this point with journaling, so I was not enjoying it as I feel like I normally do. I was doing a lot of reading though, which was fun, and gaming and stuff, but I just wasn't as invested in the journal itself. So I feel like even though I put a lot of pictures and stuff in it, it was a lot more loosey-goosey, if you want to call it that. I called it Twig, by the way, this one. Twig the Fox, I guess. And then finally, well, not finally, I have one more after this, but this is Gingi, the final of the personal journals. I forgot to write the finish date in here. But yeah, his name's Gingi, and this is volume 21, I believe. Forgot about this. It's very funny. I'm very excited to do a proper flip of this one of these days. Merry Crisis! Merry Chrysler. It's like a fully Christmas themed journal, which again I thought was very, very fun. I enjoyed it. Will I do another one next year? I do not know. This is a chunky boy. He's a beautiful, well-loved boy. And he's very fluffy and he's full of Christmas stuff, which was really fun. And I don't usually get to use so much Christmas stuff, so I definitely went through a lot of ephemera. I don't even know if I would have enough ephemera to do it again next year, if I'm honest, but I guess we'll see how I feel. And then finally, I have my Hobonichi. As you can see, this one's not even remotely as chunky as the other one I'm behind on. Because I was dealing with so many health problems towards the second half of the year, I just didn't have the energy to keep up with this, and then my daily, and then my Hobonichi 5-year and everything. So I am catching up on it, but it's like mad behind. I think the beginning isn't too bad. Like, you know, there's a couple of patches, but I can live with it, you know, but then you get to the point where nothing, and then just nothing, and not like one picture, and just not a lot going on here, honestly. It's not ideal, you know. It's gonna take me a long time to fill up. Nothing. Yeah, nothing. I have like vague notes like written in pencil about stuff that should go there, but it's gonna take me forever before I catch up with it. So I don't know. I'm prioritizing catching up on my 5-year right now, which is not on this pile because I don't consider it to be a completed journal until I reach year 5. But obviously I have been working on that too. And I'm super behind on the first year, but I'm kind of catching up as I'm doing the second year. So like as I write today's entry for the second year, I also try to write like last year's entry. But yeah, that is all my completed journals for 2024. A total of 15 of them, which is actually more than I thought it was, but awesome. Not mad about it. And I'm excited to see how many I'll complete next year, or this year, because this is coming out in Feb, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!